We're not going to be disrespected. We have to get something out of this. And I don't even know what that is. Marlon Stutzman. Let me be absolutely clear. Israel is a strong friend of Israel's. Barack Obama. I like being able to fire people who provide services to me. Mitt Romney. A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the next president of the United States. Barack America. Joe Biden. Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? George W. Bush. If the Soviet Empire still existed, I'd be terrified. The fact is, we can afford a fairly ignorant president now. Newt Gingrich. African Americans watch the same news at night that ordinary Americans do. Bill Clinton. I've now been in 57 states. I think one is left to go. Barack Obama. Facts are stupid things. Ronald Reagan. We are going to take things away from you on behalf of the common good. Hillary Clinton. I was recently on a tour of Latin America, and the only regret I have is that I didn't study my Latin harder in school so I could converse with those people. Dan Quayle. Refudiate. Misunderestimate. Wee dub. English is a living language. Shakespeare liked to coin new words too. Gotta celebrate it. Sarah Palin. For NASA, space is still a high priority. Al Gore. How do you say delicious in Cuban? Herman Cain. When the president does it, that means it's not illegal. You guessed it, Richard Nixon. But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it. Nancy Pelosi. If you take out the killings, Washington actually has a very, very low crime rate. Marion Barry. I have opinions of my own. Strong opinions, but I don't always agree with them. George W. Bush. We're going to have the best educated American people in the world. Al Gore. I promise you, the president has a big stick. I promise you. Joe Biden. I love California. I practically grew up in Phoenix. Dan Quayle. President Obama wants everybody in America to go to college? Pfft, what a snob. Rick Santorum. Sarah Palin knows more about energy than probably anybody else in the United States of America. And she happens to be a governor of a state that's right next to Russia. John McCain. The only way to reduce the number of nuclear weapons is to use them. Rush Limbaugh. The number one job facing the middle class. And it happens to be, as Brock says, a three-letter word. Jobs. Jobs. If English was good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for America. Rick Santorum. It is wonderful to be here in the great state of Chicago. Dan Quayle. I'm not worried about the deficit. It's big enough to take care of itself. Ronald Reagan. It depends on what the meaning of the word is. Bill Clinton. Fuck it, I'm done. Subscribe.